right. Here we go. This is gonna be fun. This rig has been pretty much the same for at least 4 or 5 years. I think it's been mighty time for an upgrade. So, you look in the video description, you can see everything that's in there now. You can see what's coming in. But I am going to get to work as soon as I can find a screwdriver. That took long enough. All right. So first things first, we need to unplug everything that's already in here. Unplug the graphics card, motherboard power, hold on a second. All right, let's just keep going with it. So we're going to want to first remove our PCI cards. So that includes the graphics card and the Wi-Fi card that I got in here. Oh, that's fine. Luckily, these are just thumb screws, so you can undo them. And then you're going to press on the little lever. Push it up, pull it up. And there you go, you got your 1060 3 gig. Boy, has this seen use. Pretty much hit the silicon lottery on all these components because they're still alive somehow. Makes no sense to me on how they're still functioning, but here we are. And pull the Wi-Fi card out. Gotta unscrew it from the other side as well. You can't take it out without first taking out the antennas. That one just comes right out. We'll be reusing those antennas for the new motherboard. And we need a PCI bracket. This will allow us just to cover up that little hole, because the new graphics card will still be using these two slots, so there's no reason to close it up as of yet. And take out all our front I/O. These will need to be rerouted to their respective locations in the new case, which is going to be fun because everything's tied together. Peter Targansky is just speaking Russian. I don't have enough time to translate that, and I'm not going to. Pug Games 72 Gamers Gaming. Well, my gamer gaming is going to get a lot more gamer once I upgrade the gaming. If you followed that. Thanks to you. So we're going to unscrew the 3 screws I have in this motherboard. I have more screws. It's just I haven't worked on this computer in such a long time that back then I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I mean, it was fine, but still. So we're gonna, okay, just double checking audio. We'll actually be removing this fan because we're going to need that for a different rig. That was just in there temporarily to test some airflow configurations. Since I'm putting this whole new motherboard with all the components on it in a different rig, there's no reason to completely disassemble it. I'm just going to pull it off with all this stuff still on it. Good. Should just, oh. All right, now we're good. This should just stop. Oh, we still got 2 power connectors. There we go. And there we go. That is pretty much my old computer. That cooler has served me well. Cooled that 9590 very well. But it's time to retire it. And we're going to bring in the new boy. So let's welcome in the ASRock X470 Master SLI. This also does support AMD Crossfire. Oh, before we put this in, you're going to need to pop out the old aisle plate. There we go. That'll go back in the box with the motherboard. If I do it, take it apart, if I put it in a new case, it's just going to go in the new case. All right, so things we need to reroute will be these cables. They'll have to come through here. These will have to come through down here, or if there's a gap down there, I can squeeze them through. Because we're moving from a micro ATX, which just took up this part right here, to a full ATX, which means it's going to come all the way down to the bottom of the case. Epic PC gamer noise. You got that right. Anybody in the chat got Valorant? You guys need to get Valorant. We need to play. Alright. Let's just go like that so you guys can see. So we're going to need to pull these SATA cables out. We will be putting black SATA cables in, so I probably should take these all out. This is the glorious fan connector that I made that is Jank 1000. And here's the Molex chain that controls the fans. Because I only had one case fan header on that old motherboard. But this new case has multiple fan headers, which is a step up. So we won't be needing all these jank adapters anymore. Well, maybe 1 or 2. But at that point, I might just make a splitter, which is possible. You just gotta get good. And here's another jank splitter I made. So you got that. If you ever wanna. And then I had a female to female adapter that I made. So you could attach, or no, this would work with a fan. I had a female to female adapter if you wanted to extend it. off. We'll pull this to the side, as well as these fan connectors. Whenever you're cable managing, if you're not actively working with the cables, I'd recommend just throwing it off the side of the case. So that's out of the way and it doesn't really bother you. High def LAN. There's a big stream delay, so you're not going to hear me right when I say it. Normally I stream on this computer, but since this computer isn't running, I'm actually streaming on my phone, so there's going to be a much more significant delay than you would normally experience. Oh, did I zip tie down there? Nope, I'm good. Reds, actually, we're gonna have to keep one of the red sage. No, I have 3. Okay. So you can pull all these out. Now this one's a pain. So how I got that SATA cable installed is I put it behind this drive just for cable management, but it's really jammed up in there. So you're gonna have to wiggle it out. There we go. And that can just sit there for now. Now these 2 SATA cables came with the motherboard. Hey, 3 people in the chat, let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got 2 black SATA cables, and the third one's in a bucket somewhere. I don't remember where it was. It's somewhere. Oh, this isn't right angle. You have to be kidding me. Is the other one right angle? It's down here somewhere. Here it is. Yes, this one is right angle. Alright, so we have 2 right angle connectors. I think I'll use a straight connector for the SSD, just so I know which cable is going to which. I'm not entirely sure this cable works. If it doesn't, we'll find out. So just hold all this to the side. We're going to snake this through here because we're going to remove this fan. So just get that out of the way. And we're going to take one of our right angle connectors. We're going to put the straight connector in the hard drive. Push it in until we hear the click. If I can get it in to begin with. There we go. And then we're going to route that. Actually, let's go just straight because the holes will be, or the SATA ports will be right about here. So that's the spot we can just directly wire it into. And then we can mount this other drive on. I like this Thermaltake mounting design. You mount it to these, or you mount the drive to these little trays, and you can either put it in a drive tray that sits on the front of the case. I removed it because I have no use for it. Or you can take the drive trays and just snap it right onto the front. The hard part is finding the spots for it. You kind of have to hold this down, push up, and then it'll fall down right onto them because that little thing provides tension. Ooh, I should have plugged it in first. Whoopsie. So that's SATA power. And SATA. I can install that, or reinstall it. That cable is really pressed up against there. It doesn't make me comfortable, but if this case was meant to be comfortable and this computer was meant to be comfortable, I wouldn't have built a computer. All right, time for the SSD. So this SSD right here is a 250 gig. We'll probably move this, or our Steam library, onto this SSD, and our NVMe SSD will be used as our boot drive. Okay. There we go. See, at least the 2.5-inch drives you can see when you're lining it up, because you can see the little hooks grab on. And Molex power, we're just going to stuff that back here. If we need it, we'll use it. But for now, we don't need it, so that's just there in case there needs to be any modifications. So both those right angle connectors will go in. Actually, they should go in this one, as well as this. All right, and we're going to flip her back over. Ooh, front I/O connectors. We need to reroute those as well. So we're just going to remove this drive. It's concealing them. And we're just going to take those front I/O connectors. And I don't think they'll fit through here, so we're going to have to go out that same spot that all the power connectors are going out. So chat, how's the coronavirus been treating you? Everybody still staying at home? It's kind of getting kind of boring. We've gotten to this at least. There it is. Okay. Flipperoo. I'm not sure if that HD audio cable will be long enough to reach across. Wait, where did I just put those in from? Oh, right here. Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. So let's try to fold everything back. And get ready for the motherboard installation. Never forget to put in the I/O tray first, people. That's a very common mistake. You'll get to building all your computer, and then you go to plug in your stuff, and you're like, oh crap, I forgot to put in the I/O shield. So it just comes in the back, slots right in, a little rectangular slot that should be the same size for all motherboards. I know some higher end gaming motherboards have a built-in I/O shield, so you'll not have to do this step. I don't see why all the motherboards don't have that. That should be a standard feature by now. And here she is, baby. Coronavirus be like the same day over and over again? Yeah, oh my god. Dude, I don't even know what day it is. Like, honestly. Declan said, I've been sleeping for more than I've been awake. I've been awake more than I've been sleeping. I find myself playing way too much Valorant. Okay. So what you do, you get the motherboard, make sure. Actually, I'm going to have to remove 2 of the standoffs. So when you're installing a ATX board does not use these 2 standoffs, you want to remove them. Otherwise, they can they can short your board. So I'll just remove those. Okay, that one's being a little mean. Let's see here. Dang, okay. I don't have any pliers with me, like a wrench. It's all the way downstairs. What solution could I rig up in 3 seconds? My cat has entered the room. He might walk up to me in a little bit, but he might not. He's not used to this much commotion. Typically I'm just sitting on my computer. Okay, I think I have an idea. We're using an old connector that I used for something completely different, and we're turning it into a wrench because I put the Y in DIY. Look at that. Came right out. I'm a certified genius. Don't at me. So, let's get our motherboard back. Look at the back, make sure we got the right holes. Actually, I removed one too many screws. Okay, so I removed that one still needs to be there. This one though, that one isn't there, so we're not going to install that one. Whoopsie. It should be no problem, they just screw right back in. Installing the motherboard, you just make sure the I/O shield is lined up. Pop it right in. Make sure there aren't any wires behind it so they don't get stuck. Push it in, make sure it lines. The first screw you want to screw in is that middle screw, because that'll allow you to line up the rest of the screws pretty easily. Now where did I put my screwdriver? It was literally right there. Wow, I feel mega dumb now. Hey chat, where'd my screwdriver go? Anybody want to let me know? That'd be nice. What the hell? How's the screwdriver? Okay, screw it. Funny. You see what I did there? I said screw it because it's a screwdriver. I'm using a flathead, don't at me. Okay, never mind, this flathead's not working. See, this is why I shouldn't live stream this, because it's literally me just fumbling around for a couple hours. We're going into night, boys. Be ready. If you want to hang out on this stream, you're gonna have to be ready. Oh, here it is. It was in the drawer. It probably fell. You're gonna have to stick it through. Get some energy drinks or alcohol. Either one. Whichever one keeps you awake. There we go. We got the center screw screwed in, which means now we can screw all the other screws with pretty well confidence. Just get my bin of screws. Try to find as many black motherboard screws as I can find. I know that middle one was silver, but kind of matches that aesthetic right there with the back plate. It's not too noticeable. Okay, this is being slightly frustrating now. My magnetic screwdriver is all the way in the basement, and with 3 viewers, I'm not abandoning the stream. I am solving the issue right here, right now, even though it might take longer. because it pleases the YouTube algorithm watching people struggle. Is this? It is. Okay. So I can just attach magnets to the end of the screwdriver, like the top of it right here. Wait, does this make it? Okay, how about this? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like this set of neodymium magnets, take the camera. What do you mean take the camera? The camera is my phone. I normally stream on my computer, but as you can see, my computer is not operational at this time. So I am streaming on my phone. There we go. DIY magnetic screwdriver. Booyah, baby. Booyah, baby. Hey, look at that, it works. Once you start adding more screws into your motherboard, you're going to notice that some of the original ones start to loosen up. That's just because it's aligning more. Make sure they're all tight. Don't wrench them, but just make sure they're snug. It's kind of funny I say that because my motherboard that I had in there, or the previous one, only had 3 screws in. So, you know, it's a do as I say, not as I do moment. Just, okay, problem detected. The magnets on the screwdriver are attaching to the case. So for the screws at the side of the case, we can't use magnetization. Which means we're gonna have to freehand it. Right into the hole. Every time. That one said, be right back, so don't know what's happening there. I'm not waiting for you. I want this done so I can play games tonight, so. Wait, it's still magnetic. What the heck? Did I just magnetize the screwdriver myself? Ooh, just don't bring it near hard drives, because if it's magnetic enough to hang onto that screw that strongly, then that screw is really torn up. It's probably one of my old ones. If a screw's too torn up for you to use a Phillips head because it keeps grinding the insides, if you have the correct size flathead, and let me see if I can get it on camera. If you have the correct size flathead, you can actually get the flathead right in the, okay, it's not gonna focus. But you can get the flathead right in the screw. Sure, you can get edge to edge, allowing. I meant take the camera to where the magnetic screwdriver is so you don't abandon the stream. Oh. No. See, I have the phone wired into the computer, so that way I get the best fidelity in video. So if I took the camera with me, I'd also have to take my laptop with me. I'm not doing that because I am lazy. Why do I keep... Why am I using this screwdriver? Am I dumb or something? Don't answer that. Please don't answer that. Oh my god. This is being a real pain. There we go. Okay, nope. There, oh, okay. Do I have the right CPU connector? I should. I was just thinking, like, the motherboard I had recently had a 4-pin connector. This has a 4 plus 2 pin connector, or 4 plus 8 pin connector. So Am I out of black motherboard? Oh no, there's one more. Okay. I thought I ran out. Oh, I have to install 3 more. Lots of screws, people. Lots of screws. I need a better screwdriver. That's what I need. I had a better screwdriver. Then I lost it. I think I got lost in the move. Speaking of moving, I will actually be moving from my current house to another one. Still in the same town. I'll still be in the same school and everything. Still go to everything. Nothing different. It's only about 5 minutes away, but we're actually moving to a smaller house, so my parents can actually save up to buy a larger house up in Wisconsin. They can help me save up for college. It's just going to be, you know, we're sacrificing space for the future, pretty much. But that shouldn't affect your content delivery. I mean, of course, you're not going to see the larger room that you previously saw in all the videos. You're going to see either my bedroom or, like, I don't know, I might be able to turn the dining table into a set for like a day at points. I do not have another black motherboard screw. So, actually, is that a black motherboard screw? Please tell me it is. Oh. Okay, so we're gonna have to use a silver one. It's in the very, very top left, so I doubt you'll be able to see it too well. Just don't get mad. Okay, and I dropped it. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, I have another silver one. I'll find that one later. Actually, I have magnets. I can find it right now. Watch this. Okay, never mind. That's gonna take too long. There we go. So we have 5 fan headers on here. We have 2 right here, 1 right here, and 2 right here. So what I'm thinking is hook this one up to here, hook the CPU fan up to here, hook this fan up to here, and hook these 2 fans down here. So we can start, actually, let's get the CPU power connector, and I want to get that in. Because if that is not the correct, okay, we're going to need a different power connector. This is why you keep the boxes for stuff, people. It allows you to easily sort and organize components that you'll need for future builds. So CPU power. Wait, what the heck? That's odd. So I have a splitter. I think this might work. No, it won't. That's a VGA. Okay. Let's see what options we have. Because that... I don't know if we have a connector. That's not good, ladies and gentlemen. No bueno. No bueno. Let's get this out of here. Let's check the motherboard manual. Well, I go through the BIOS troubleshooting process in this stream. So I actually pre-tested this configuration. Not inside the case, but I pre-tested it, made sure everything was good to go. So as soon as we got it built, we're good. Basically what I did is I took the motherboard out of the box, put the CPU in, put the graphics card in, made sure it posted, and then put it back in the boxes. Just in case one of the parts didn't work, I could RMA it, aka returning it to say, you know, dead on arrival. That is really strange. Normally you'd think it would come with a connector that fits your motherboard. I don't like that. I really don't like that. Okay. We don't need this Molex connector. So let's subtract the unnecessary from the equation. Hey, if anybody knows any voodoo trick that I can do, someone Google if you can use a VGA type connector with the CPU. Someone Google it, please. Because that is not looking good. To cut off the power connector, little, or not the power connector, but zip tie. Why does this have to be such a good zip tie? Come on. Oh my god. Do I have scissors up here? I don't think I have scissors up here. My cat decided to show up. Say hi to the stream. Up there, okay. This is not good, not good, not good. So I think I have a plan of not going downstairs to get scissors, because that is a waste of time. I have a plan. Okay, there we go. Now I just gotta side with this. Okay, that's not working. I'm gonna go get scissors. I like how when I was walking away, I found the scissors I was looking for. That's kind of funny. Oh my god. What is this zip tie? There we go. Jesus Christ, that took forever. Alright. So now we can get this Molex power out of here. Jeez. Be gone, Molex. Alright, so let's see here. Let's get out the motherboard manual. See if we can just not use oh my god. This is not going well at all. Everybody in chat want to help? Okay, this motherboard provides a 4-pin ATX 12-volt power selector. This motherboard provides an 8-pin ATX 12-volt power selector. To use a 4-pin ATX, please plug in a long pin 1 and pin 5. See page 1, note 2. Okay, this is what the heck? My $40 power supply that I used to test this out on has a 4+2 pin, but the multi-$100 power supply that I got does not have a 4+2 pin. What is this? What? Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god. I was looking at this wrong the entire time. This little splitter right here, I thought it was 2 4-pin connectors, but actually there's a little tweezer thing on it to where if you squeeze them, you can separate one of the 4-pin connectors into one 2-pin connector. Or you can separate one of the 8-pin connectors into one 4-pin connector. There we go. Don't worry, I didn't cut any cables in half. I just opened up a little tweezer thing. Let's see here. Right there. So that should allow me to plug oh, that's going to be a pain. Is it going that way? I swear if it goes in... Oh, okay, that kind of makes me mad now. Because the cables are going to have to cross over. Actually, can I just put them through each other? That might look neater. be stashing that behind. So we have to plug in this adapter for our power cable. Would it really have been better? Or would it really have been worse to use just a normal 2+4 pin connector? Have like an extra cable in it, at least one extra cable. I mean, this is a 65-watt CPU. My old processor was 220 watts. That was through a 4-pin connector. I'm pretty sure you don't need 6 pins, but whatever. Hey, I'm just building the computer. Alright, so that's what we got to deal with now. Which I think, since the glass just faces the wall anyways, I'm not going to cable manage it today. I'm going to cable manage it some other day when I don't have to worry about it. So next step will be to install this. Actually, no. First thing you want to do is install the drives. After installing the motherboard, you want to install the drives. Of course, this bit is too big. Of course. Of course. And of course this one's too big. Of course. It's too big. Wow. I don't think I have a smaller screwdriver. I do not think I do. That is quite unfortunate. Oh, here's the screwdriver I was looking for earlier, the one that's nicer. Does this have a small enough bit? Yes, it does, but only barely. Alright, so we can unscrew those 2 screws. And this will remove the heat spreader for our M.2 SSD. Oh, this one needs to be a little bit looser. There we go. Got your heat spreader. Once you install it, you remove that film. Today we'll be using the Crucial P.2 NVMe SSD. Nothing special, just something to get the job done. Oh my god, magnet. Wait, what? Oh. Love you too. Only if you like and subscribe. That's the only rules. Like and subscribe, and then I love you. I think I'm joking. So that is an M.2 SSD. It's funny how small storage has gotten within the past 5 years. Like, that 2.5-inch drive was a 250 gig. This is 500 gigs, and it's literally the size of my finger. So what we do is we eyeball it, see where the standoff's going to be. The standoff is in the right spot. Actually, no, it's not. I think this is the correct standoff. And it's not coming out. Okay. Actually, will that work? Let's see if it'll work. That might work. Okay. Yeah, because this is for the heat spreader. That's not for the drive. And the motherboard comes with M.2 screws. Typically, your motherboard will have as many M.2 slot screws as they do M.2 slots. Hopefully the new generation's processors should cause the used market to be flooded for a month. So the Ryzen 4000 series processors, they're only compatible with B550, X570, and some other board that's still going to come out. But you're going to see a wave of higher end, You're going to see a wave of higher end stuff come through. I'm not sure how cheap it's going to be because it's still relatively new stuff. But you're going to see it, and here's why. The people that always want the best of the best, their motherboard, their X570 motherboard isn't going to cut it. So they're going to like be, hey, let's get a motherboard built for this chips, or built for this processor, so I can get better performance out of it. So they're going to get rid of their old motherboard, they're going to sell it, they're going to buy the new motherboard, and that's where you come in. You come in to buy the old stuff. This X470 motherboard will not be compatible with the 4000 series CPUs, quite sadly, but you know, when you're going with an a 3600, you got a lot of room to work with. Although you're going to be spending more probably in the long run if you're going to upgrade, or if you want a consistent upgrade path. So the X470 board right now wouldn't be the best if you wanted to go for maximum expandability, because X470 only supports 3rd gen processors and below. Oh, we need this. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? I already lost a screwdriver right after. Oh, here it is. Blending in with the table. So you can just take the film of the. Is this sticky? Because if this is sticky, okay, it's not that sticky. If it's sticky to the point where if I put it on, I'd have a hard time pulling it off, I wouldn't put it on. But since it's minorly sticky, probably just enough to stick to it to get some thermal like conductive properties, but not to the point where it's like going to stick to the drive. What the heck? Okay, let's take a look. Oh, that almost ended badly. Get magnetized. Booyah, baby. DIY magnetism. Oh my gosh, this magnet's so strong it's moving the SATA cable. So Peter, I hope that answered your question about compatibility with the newer processors. If you have another question, just send it. I can probably answer, and if I can't, Google is really helpful. That's literally where I learn most of my information, is Google. So the M.2 SSD is in, which means I'm going to continue to install, and next part is the brain, the AMD Ryzen 5 3600. So I already used, or when I was testing this processor, I used up the pre-applied thermal compound. So I will be applying my own thermal compound if you see me doing that. That's why. So what you do, you just take the lever, flip it all the way up. Take the processor, find the tiny, 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 tiny gold triangle. I don't know why they keep making these smaller. Is it really taking up that much space on the processor? No. There's a whole PBC or PCB that you have. And then you find a really, really, really tiny triangle on the motherboard, which again, you have a whole motherboard to put a triangle on, and you make it that small? Come on, guys. So the Ryzen CPU should just slot right in, give it a little wiggle, make sure it's not moving around or anything, and then close it down to the side. There you go, you got your CPU tool. You also have a little case badge if you want to put a sticker on there. I don't, because if you want to resell it, you should resell the full product. You shouldn't resell part of the product, and you can't take the sticker off once you put it on. I mean, you can take the sticker off, but it's not going to be sticky. So that's our cooler. You can see there's no pre-applied thermal compound on it. So we're going to have to deal with that. First, before we put the cooler on, we should probably take the included brackets off. Will this stay up? Yes, it will. Actually, no, it won't. So I'm going to find something small and thin enough to fit behind the motherboard to hold up the mounting bracket. You can use like little CD cases because you can change the height of them just by how many CDs you have. This is something obsolete that nobody ever thinks of using until you actually use it, what it's used for, and then it becomes more useful. So I'm just using it to hold the back plate up while I unscrew it. And then typically what you do is if you're taking something out of the motherboard, you put it straight back into the motherboard box so you don't lose it. I don't have one of those parts trays. Okay, functionality. Is there a difference between M.2 SSDs and normal SATA? Okay, so there's M.2 NVMe SSDs, M.2 SATA SSDs, and then SATA like 2.5-inch SSDs. So NVMe SSDs are going to have faster transfer rates overall. They're PCIe based, which means you're going to have, I think it's 4 lanes? No. I don't know how many lanes, but you're going to have at least a lane of PCI traffic coming directly from your processor hooked up to the M.2 drive. Unlike SATA, where you go through, you have some SATA controller somewhere on your motherboard, and then it goes to your drive, and then your drive has to decode it. Well, the M.2 drive is hooked straight up to the processor. This can allow you for faster read-write times. You get more like snappy performance when you're booting up. It's just like boom, you're on. Some games will load faster. At some point, you see diminishing returns because games have to cache their files and unarchive them, re-archive them, and that requires processing power. And at some point, you're not going to have enough processing power to keep up with the storage speed of your storage device. And the backplate fell out. Okay, that complicates my life. It really does. There it is. So the CDs did nothing. But if you're just using for general desktop experience, or you're looking for blazing fast loading times, don't expect much, because you're probably not going to get much. You're going to get an improvement, but you're not going to notice the improvement. I'll probably notice it today, but never again. The only reason why I'll notice it today is because this is going to be the first time I'm on an NVMe SSD. Here's the thermal paste I'm using. I'm currently holding the back plate on. I should have probably did this first. Don't put thermal paste in your mouth, kids. No. That's like, it just rolled back. So for the Ryzen processor, you just want about a grain of rice size. That's a little much, but just a grain of rice. Okay, how am I gonna... Oh my god. Everything's falling everywhere. My life is a disaster. That little cap needs to not fall down in the computer. Oh, and it just fell down. Oh my gosh, I have the dust filter. Oh no. It fell in the power supply. Okay, Let me install the processor first. Or not the processor, the cooler. So cooler, just make sure you have it in the orientation that matches up with the screw holes and in a way that makes it easy to cable manage. So you just line it up with all 4 holes, sit it there so it's nice and neat. Find a screwdriver and then screw it in. You want to go in a cross pattern, so you do like 4 turns on the first one, and you go across. Start counting when you actually have the screw in the hole, because if you don't have the screw in the hole, then you're not counting your actual turns into the hole, you're just counting. This one's not screwed in. Okay. There we go. Now it's screwing in. I'm just going to take the cable right here, thread it up behind this little heat sink, and then into the bottom connector right here. I like how AMD put braided cables on their cooling fans. It's a really nice touch. I'll deal with that cable management later. So memory, we use slots 1 and 3. And we have some Vengeance LPX DDR4 2066 16 gigabytes of memory. I know Ryzen chips perform better with faster memory, but this is the only thing I had on hand, and it's red, so that's kind of fun. Doesn't match the case at all, but it's the only RAM we have. Okay, and I just put it in backwards. I made a dummy mistake right there. I'm glad this isn't Twitch because you can't clip stuff. Oh wait, it's YouTube. That means it's going to be on here forever. Okay, what is happening? There we go. And that's installed. Plug in our motherboard power. Get our SATA connectors in. Oh, there should be 3 SATA connectors on it. There's only 1 poking out right now. Oh, there's only 2. Oh, does that not reach? Okay, that's dumb. Where's the other SATA connector? Where you at? You are in there, apparently. Wait, what? Oh, it's all the way over here. So front panel connector, we'll plug in our USB. Got HD audio, barely reaches all the way over there, but we still got it. motherboard, like front panel, power LEDs. Oh, it's bugging out as far as, okay, reset switch. Right there. Hard drive LED. Positive is on the left side. Power switch. And power LEDs. There we go. Got our front panel. I/O all connected. Oh, we have a USB 3. So the old motherboard I have did not support USB 3, so I just had this tucked away for the longest time. But I think we're actually going to use it today. Jeez, the USB 3 connector is so unnecessarily bulky. Like, I know you want good shielding, good signal connection, but come on. Really? It's huge. Oh crap. I need to put it in the slot above. Like, look at that. That's USB. And it's like huge. Unnecessarily huge. That's good enough cable managing for today. Still gotta hook up fans. So this fan, I think, can just come right along here. This fan connector can come out right next to SATA drives. Plug it in right there. How long have we been streaming? Let's see here. Oh boy, an hour and 9 minutes? That's pretty good. If I was cable managing, it would take another hour, but we're not doing that today. No, sir. Okay, we have very little slack on this fan cable. Yeah, this one's gonna have to go down below because that one has more slack. And then the top fan on the front panel. Actually, can any of them reach it? Oh no, this one can reach it. The front one can reach it. All right, we're good, we're good. So this one can go back there, up here. All right. This one can go right next to that one right there. Connect right onto that fan header. Booyah! Alright, so we got CPU, memory, SATA, fans, power. What else do we got? Well, boys, I think it's time for the big guns. I think it's time to bring Big Bertha in. If you don't know who Big... Oh, shoot, no, we need to take this fan out. I forgot to do that. Ooh, look at that dust filter. Gross. Gross. Where is my screwdriver? Here it is. Oh, these fan screws are so torn up. Because I had to tap all of these fans with the screws. And the screwdriver that I had at the time when I first installed my computer was like barely too small. Or no, it was barely big enough for screwing these, so it's all torn up. In hindsight, should have got a better screwdriver. But at the time, it's all I had, so I had to do with what I got. I will be recording, or I will be streaming, like the post. I will be turning the computer on, so you get to see that. You don't get to sit here and watch me just build a computer and then bye-bye. No, you're actually going to see me turn on the computer. The boot media, is still on the 2.5-inch SSD. It's not on the M.2. I'll transfer it over at some point, but I'm not going to do that on the stream. It'll take too long. So that fan is out, which means you can shake off the filter and put it back on. The magnet just came off the screwdriver. And the star of any gaming PC graphics card. This is the Radeon RX 5600 XT. And boy, is it an upgrade. It beats the 1063 gig. I'll show you the size of it. It's insane how big this graphics card is. There she is. Gigabyte RX 5600 XT. Now to compare, we're going to bring up the 1063 gig. It's about the same size, but this one's just slightly larger. And it has an RGB. So, you know, that's a step up. RGB is always a step up. Alright, just making sure we got everything. Looking all good. Chat, if you see anything wrong, let me know. If you don't let me know, then we're going to having more content on our hands. So you want to make sure the little tab is flipped up. You want to line it up. That fan connector is kind of in the way, but it'll be fine. And slot it right in. That thing is huge. We're going to have to put this power connector. Okay, so this power connector is going to have to go somewhere else because it's not going there. Come on, come on. Get in there, bud. There we go. That was a pain. All right, time to install it a second time. I need more slack out of it. Come on. What was that? Oh, it's just this that made a really loud sound. Okay. I still got to get that little thermal paste thing out. A little cap. You don't want that in there when the computer's running. Ooh, that connector is barely long enough. Oh, never mind, I got some more slack out of it. Ow. Oh, that went right under my nail. Ooh, okay, that hurt. Ow. Oh no, one of the USB 3 pins is bent. I'll just put it in the other slot. It was probably when I was trying to jam in the power connector for the graphics card, and I got broke. Let's put this cable tie back on. This is one of the cable ties that you can easily pull off and put back on. I like them. Whenever you're using something that can be... RGB makes computer go faster. Hey, I'm not going to argue with that, okay? I'm not saying you're right, but I'm not going to argue. I'm screwing the graphics card. Okay, this is being a pain. Come on, screw in. No, you want to. Okay, I'm using a screwdriver. There we go. All right, that should be enough for a functioning computer. Ladies and gentlemen, my rig. Oh my God, I hate that red memory. It is so gross, but I'm not buying more, and I'm not taking the heat spreader off because I'd be the one to break the heat spreader as well as the slot. Ooh, I just got the box. Dang, it is a mess. Think about doing stuff live. When you're unboxing live, you're not trying to stay clean and tidy, because clean and tidy takes time. What you don't want to waste on a stream is time. So, we are not clean and tidy right now. We are quite the opposite. Ooh, let's not put the side panel on. We don't want bad luck. Although I'm pretty sure at this point we already have bad luck. So we'll put the back panel on because I want to hide that monstrosity that you're looking at right now. Boy, Pia's deck. Ow. Ever had a piece of tempered glass just dropped on your hand? Yeah, it hurts. come on. Work with me here. I just want to game. Where's the other thumb screw? It was here somewhere. Here it is. Oh no. That thing. That thermal paste thing that fell off. I need to get it. I need to get it. So I think hopefully I don't have to unscrew the motherboard or unscrew the power supply. So it fell underneath the power supply back here. I wonder if it got stuck. Okay, I see it. Yeah, this is going to be a risky move. Okay. Flathead screwdriver, where are you at? Where are you at? Okay, knife will work. So I'm going to look from the bottom and try to push it to the side to where I can grab it. This is going to be interesting. Oh, here's a flathead screwdriver. I got it. It's coming. It's coming. And there might be a little thermal paste smeared around down there. But luckily, you won't be able to see it. At least when you're using the computer. Maybe once you disassemble it. Maybe if I can tip it, all roll. So it's somewhere right there, which means maybe if I turn it on its side, give it a light tap, it'll hey, there it is. Oh, it got dust on it. Gross. So, you can safely store that. Okay, bye-bye. Sheath, here it is. The motherboard does come with included antennas. I just like these ones better because they're full wavelength, while the other ones are half wavelength. Actually, no, I think these are 2 wavelength. Yeah, these are 2 wavelength, and the other ones are half. Or no, 1 wavelength. Or half the size of 2, which is kind of makes sense. So I'm just going to screw these antennas on, and I'm going to clear out the desk and rotate the camera so you can see the computer turning on. New PC turning on for the first time. Well, quote unquote first time. I'm just going to create a pile of boxes and sort them out later. Gotta move the stream laptop. Oh, cable restriction. It's a laptop. It can survive on battery for probably the next 20 minutes. We'll have plenty of time. Oh. Okay. Move that out of the way. Set it right back in here and get you guys looking. Let's Oop. Oh, whoops. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. Is that right set up for you guys? Hold on. It looks upside down on my screen. Is that right side up? Yes, it's right side up. Okay, just making sure. All right, we're just going to plug in this monitor just for, you can see it better. All right, so we'll throw those back in the box. We'll plug everything else in, Ethernet, USB stuff. So much USB stuff, all the USB stuff. This motherboard actually has USB-C, so that's cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are plugging power in momentarily. Power is in, switch is on, motherboard lights up. All right, 3, 2, 1. 2, the fans aren't on. 3, the fans aren't on. Oh, never mind, there they go. Post. Come on. No, you wanna. No, you wanna post. Ooh. Hopefully that was just a double post. Hey, there we go. And we're in. So, ladies and gentlemen, it works. Let's make sure everything's there. X470 Master SLI, AMD Ryzen 5 3600. Hardware monitor. Let's see here. Onboard devices. No. Okay. Well, it's outputting for the graphics cards, which means it's there. It's detecting all 16 gigabytes of RAM. And there you go. If you guys like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment once this video goes into video mode. Right now it's in stream mode, so you can say whatever you want. But yeah, thank everybody for watching, and the stream will end momentarily. If you have any questions about this rig, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I'll be dropping links in the YouTube video to all the stuff I bought, where I bought it. I can't give you stuff in memory because that memory was bought a really long time ago. And if you're going to get memory, I don't recommend getting 2066. I recommend getting something a little faster, especially for the Ryzen series CPUs. But everybody right now, it's a wonderful night. Good night, sleep tight. If you're watching this on YouTube tomorrow, it's probably have a good day, but different time zones. Bye-bye.